Hi guys, welcome to my next tutorial. Today I would like to show you how to crochet beautiful floral doily. For this project we will need crochet hook size 1.75 millimeters, and I use crochet thread yarn size number 10 in 4 colors. Basically I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've used 5 different colors. This doily is made from 19 hexagon pieces, and then we need to join them together. At the moment, by using the same crochet hook size and the same crochet thread yarn, your doily is supposed to measure about 21 inches. The pattern is quite easy, and the idea is very nice because by joining those pieces together we can build size as big as we want to. So as you can see, this is my center piece, and now I've got round number 1 and then round number 2. By adding another round all the way around, we can make basically very big round tablecloth for each size of the table, or even we can make tablecloth with a shape of similar to a rectangle by adding more rows with our sides, not all the way around. So it's up to you. In this tutorial I will show you how to make our doily in rounds, how to join parts together, and how to make actually each piece. Our work, we need to start with the first color, and now we need to make slip knot and then chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now into the first chain, or into the fourth chain from our hook, we need to make slip stitch. So now we've got small ring, chain of 3, round number 1. This is count as a the first double crochet, and now into the ring we need to work 11 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So basically we should have 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. At the end, slip stitch into the third chain, so into the top of first double crochet. So make sure that you are not making slip stitch into the second stitch, but into the third chain. Round number 2, chain 1. This is not count as any stitch, and into the same stitch as we've done slip stitch, single crochet. So into the same stitch as we've done slip stitch. At the end we've got first single crochet. Now chain of 3, then we need to skip first stitch, single crochet into the second one. Chain of 3 again, skip first stitch into the second, single crochet. Chain of 3, skip the next stitch, single crochet into the second. So now we need to repeat this pattern to the end. So chain of 3, single crochet into the second stitch, chain of 3, single crochet into the second, and then chain of 3. We need to skip the last stitch. So now we've got the last stitch and the stitch where we've done slip stitch. So we need to skip both and slip stitch into the first single crochet. So now we should have 6 chain free spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we can fasten off and cut the yarn. And we will join with the next color. So now we need to join into the any chain free space. So again I will make little knot for secure the end of my yarn. To make sure that you are on the right side. Now chain of 3. This is first double crochet, and into the same chain space we need to work 4 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So at the beginning we just start into the first chain free space, 5 stitches. Chain free is a count as a first single crochet and then another 4. Now chain of 2, into the next chain space another 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain of 2, into the next another 5 double crochets. So now in each chain space we need to work 5 double crochets, and between each group we need to make chain of 2, 4 and 5. So now we've got 3 groups of 5 double crochets, and we need to repeat for the next 3 chain spaces. Chain of 2 and another 5 double crochets. At the end of our round, at the end after the first 2 chain stitches, we need to work slip stitch again into the third chain stitch. So basically into the top of double crochet. Now round number 4, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then into the same stitch 1 more double crochet, into the next 3 stitches 1 double crochet in each stitch. 1, 2 and 3. Then into the last one 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Chain of 2 again, and we need to repeat. So into the first double crochet we need to make 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Into the next 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, and into the last one 2 double crochets. So now in each group we need to add 1 more double crochet at the beginning and 1 more double crochet at the end. Then again chain of 2 between each group. At the end of our round again I've done slip stitch into the top of chain 3, and now we will start round number 5. So round number 5 we will start by making chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we've got exactly the same number of stitches as on the previous round. Now chain of 3, single crochet into the chain 2 space, chain of 3 again, and 1 double crochet into the next 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Chain of 3, single crochet into the chain 2 space, chain of 3, and again 1 double crochet into the next 7 stitches from the previous round. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. And again at the end slip stitch into the top of chain 3, so now basically each round we need to finish in the same way. Round number 6 we need to start by making chain of 2 instead of chain of 3, because I will make decrease, so 2 double crochets together. Chain of 2, then into the second stitch 1 double crochet. So at the end of our round we need to work slip stitch just into the second stitch, we need to skip chain of 2. Now into the next 3 stitches 1 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, then into the last 2 decrease. So we need to yarn over, put our crochet hook into the first stitch, grab the yarn, work through first 2 loops, the last loop need to stay at the moment on the hook, yarn over, put your crochet hook into the second stitch, grab the yarn, work through first 2 loops, and now we should have 3 loops on the hook, then we can finish the stitch. So now we've done 2 double crochets together and we've got actually 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain of 3, single crochet into the first stitch, first chain space, chain of 3, single crochet into the next chain space, and then one more time chain of 3. So now we've got 3 chain 3 spaces. Into the first 2 stitches decrease, so exactly the same as we've done at the end, yarn over, put your crochet hook into the first stitch, grab the yarn, work through first 2 loops, last one need to stay, yarn over, put your crochet hook into the second stitch, grab the yarn, work through first 2 loops. We've got 3 loops on the hook, we can finish the stitch. Into the next 3, 1 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, and into the last 2 decrease again. So through first 2 loops 2 times, 3 loops on the hook, we can finish the stitch. Chain of 3, single crochet into the first chain space, chain of 3, single crochet into the second chain space, chain of 3 and into the first 2 stitches decrease, and now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. Okay, so now at the end we need to work slip stitch, as I said, into the top of second stitch, so then at the end we can fasten off and cut the yarn. So again we need to change color and we will join into the center stitch, so 1, 2 into the third one we need to join, and then single crochet, so I've joined chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch as we've joined. Now we need to make chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the first chain space, so we have to skip the last 2 stitches, then chain of 5, and 5 treble crochet together, we will work into the middle chain space. So we need to yarn over 2 times, then we need to put our crochet hook, grab the yarn, work through first 2 loops 2 times, 1 and 2. So again the last loop need to stay on the hook, and again yarn over 2 times, put your crochet hook into the same chain space, work through first 2 loops 2 times, 1 and 2. The last loop need to stay, and now we need to repeat this pattern 3 more times, everything into the same chain space, 1 and 2, last loop need to stay. So this is the fourth time, last loop need to stay, so we've got 4 stitches, and now 1 more, 1 and 2. We've got 6 loops on the hook. Now we can finish the stitch and chain 1 for lock, then chain of 5, 1 2 3 4 5, single crochet into the next chain space, chain of 5 again, 3 4 5, single crochet into the third stitch, so exactly as we just start our round. And from now we need to repeat what we've done. So chain of 5, single crochet into the first chain space, chain of 5 and 5 treble crochet together into the center, into the middle chain free space from the previous round. So each time we need to leave the last loop on the hook, so we are working through first 2 loops 2 times, 1 and 2, until we will have 5 stitches and 6 chains on our hook. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. At the end of our round we need to work slip stitch just into the first single crochet, then we can fasten off and cut the yarn. Each group of 5 treble crochets together is counted as a corner. So just after any corner we need to join next color of the yarn. Then chain of 3 as a first double crochet, and into the same chain space we will work 4 more double crochets. So basically into the first chain space we will have 5 stitches, 5 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 5. Now we are going into the next chain space, and we will work another 5 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Into the next one again 5 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and again into the fourth one 5 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now we are on the first corner, so chain of 3, and again into the next chain space 5 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 and 5. And now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. So this is the center piece of our project. So with the first one we need to work all the way around each chain space with 5 double crochets. On the second we will start joining, so I will show you what we need to do later. But now, if you would like to make more pieces already, you can go back to the beginning of our tutorial and you can repeat from row number 1 to the last row with green yarn, and you can make six pieces in one color and 13 pieces in the second color. So it's up to you which color you would like to choose. So 13, because one will be on the center, then we need to add 6 more pieces on each side as a second round, and then 12 as a third one. So until the green color you can make each piece. Only the last one row we need to leave, because during the last one row we start joining the pieces together. Okay, so I decided to my center motif will be in hot pink color, and now I've done second part, and as I said, now it will be a little different. So as you can see, I've done already 5 sides exactly the same as the first part, but I leave the last one. And now I am after the 5th double crochet. So now I am at the corner and I should make chain of 3 and then continue working 5 double crochets in each chain space. But now, because I need to join only the one side, I will make chain of 1, then I will grab my first piece and then I will make slip stitch into the chain 3, any chain 3 at the moment, and then chain of 1. So instead of making chain of 3, I've done chain 1, slip stitch, and then another chain of 1. Then we need to go back to the next chain 5 space and we will work 5 double crochets as usual. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then instead of going straight to the next chain 5, we will go to the space between 2 groups of 5 double crochets on our first part and we will make slip stitch. So slip stitch, and then we are going back to the second one and we need to make 5 double crochets. So now you need to make sure that your 2 works are on a right side. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then again we are going to the next space between 2 groups of 5 double crochets, slip stitch, and then we are going back to the next chain 5 space and we will work 5 double crochets again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Slip stitch into the next group, into the next space between 2 groups, and we are going back to the last chain 5 space and another 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now again we are exactly at the corner. So chain of 1, slip stitch into the next chain 3 space, so into the chain 3 space on the first part, chain of 1 again, and then slip stitch into the top of chain 3. So actually from the beginning of our round, because as I said, I've done my 5 sides already. So now basically we can fasten off and cut the yarn, because our first 2 pieces are joined. Now I will show you how to join the second part, and each of the next 4 parts. So basically the next 5 parts we need to join in exactly the same way. So at the beginning I just done full 4 sides with chain 3 spaces on to the first 3 corners, and again I am just before the 4th corner. So now basically we need to join our part with one side to the second and with one side to the first. So I will start from my right side, and I will start joining to the yellow one, to the second part. So exactly the same, chain of 1, and now into the first chain 3 space slip stitch, then chain of 1 and 5 double crochets into the next chain 5 space. So basically exactly the same as we've joined the last 2 parts together. So we've got 5 double crochets, and now we are going into the first space between 2 groups of 5 double crochets and slip stitch. Now we are going back to our third part, and we need to work another 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then we are going into the next loop between 2 groups of 5 double crochets, and we are going back to our chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Slip stitch into the next space between 2 groups of 5 double crochets and 5 double crochets into the last chain 5 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now chain of 1, because we are at the corner and we need to work slip stitch just into the same stitch as we've done slip stitch with the last 2 stitches. So just above. So this one need to be a little bit more bigger. Now chain 1, and we need to go to the next chain 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So now I will show you how it looks like. We've joined one side, and now we need to join to the next one. We've joined to the center of our chain 3 space from both sides. So I just done slip stitch just above 2 slip stitches, as I've done 1 slip stitch as I've done before. And now basically we need to work exactly the same. After the first 5 double crochets, I'm going to the space between 2 groups of 5 double crochets, and then I'm going back to my chain of 5, and I need to make another 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again slip stitch into the next space and another 5 double crochets. So now we need to keep continue to the end until we will have, so the last at the corner at the end we need to work chain of 1, slip stitch into the chain 3, then chain 1 and slip stitch into the top of chain 3 from the beginning of our round. Then we can fasten off and cut the yarn. And after this, again, next piece we need to start exactly the same. So we need to make 4 full sides with 5 double crochets in each chain 5 space, then we have to leave 2 empty sides and we need to join to the next. So again, we need to join one side to the yellow and one side to the center pink one. So basically we need to start exactly the same with slip stitch into the first chain 3 and then slip stitch just above the slip stitch in the corner. So basically exactly the same as we've done this part. And again, after third one we need to join fourth exactly the same, fifth, and then sixth. So each time we need to join 2 sides. At the end, the last one, we will work only 3 sides and we need to join to the yellow, to the pink and to the first one. So we will have 2, 3 and even 4 chain 3 spaces where we can make a slip stitch. So okay, so make at the moment this one to the end, then another 3, and I will show you how to make the last one. I just joined my 5 pieces already, so now is the time to show you how to join the last one. So as I said, this time we need to make 3 sides and the last 3 we will join into our loop. So you can easily see how it looks like. So again, we need to start by making chain of 1, then slip stitch into the chain of 3 on the corner, chain 1, and we need to go back into the chain 5 space, 5 double crochets. And 5 slip stitch into the space, so exactly the same as we've done before. So basically only one difference is that now we need to join into the corner over here exactly the same way as we've done here, then here, and at the end into the next chain 3 space. So at the end again slip stitch into the top of chain of 3. So I hope it is quite easy. Now we will start joining our third round. So now, as I said, we need to 12 the same pieces. On the first one I've done 4 sides already and I leave 2 empty. So those 2 we need to join. Again, basically you can join in any place, but from the right side. So I will start from here. So now we need to find the chain 3, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, and basically the same 5 double crochets into the next chain 5, one more time. Okay, so now I will make these 5 double crochets and then I will show you without working on the next stitches how we need to join, because now you should know already how it looks like. So basically on the first one, as I said, we need to join 2 sides. Then we need to grab another. On another one again we need to work full 4 sides, then 2, another 2 we need to join. But now on the third one we need to join 3 sides. So 1, 2, and the third one here. And again on the next one, as you will see, we need to join only 2, and on the next one 3 again. Then 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, So 3, 2 and 3. I'm not sure that you are seeing this. Okay, maybe here. Then again 2, and at the end 4. So we need to join those 3 plus 1 at the end. So one time we need to join 2, one time 3, 2, and at the end 4. So basically everything is staying exactly the same as we've done here. Slip stitch over the slip stitches at the corners, and at the end in each part slip stitch into the top of chain 3. So as we start on our chain spaces here. So here is a slip stitch and then slip stitch into the first stitch. I am at the end. I've just joined my all pieces together, so my doily looks like that. So basically this is end of this tutorial. Thank you for staying with me to the end. If you are like this project, just put your thumbs up and see you next time.